Hey everyone, welcome to Excel Insider. Today we will learn 4 ways to show the grand total at the top of a pivot table using Microsoft Excel 365. In this tutorial, we are working with a property listing table and the pivot table generated from it. Our goal is to show the grand total at the top of the pivot table for quick reference. Let's get started. In the first method, we will add a grand total or GT identifier to our data table to display at the top of our existing pivot table. To get started, first in a blank column to the right of the table, like column F here, in cell F1, add a header called GT for grand total and press enter. Excel automatically creates a column for us. Next, in cell F2, type grand total. Press enter. Double-click on the autofill handle to autofill. Now let's head to the pivot table sheet. Here we have our pivot table. Right-click anywhere inside the pivot table and select refresh. This ensures the pivot table includes the new field. On the right-hand side in the pivot table fields panel, under choose field to add to report, scroll down and check the GT field. Next, under drag fields between areas below, go to the rows area and scroll down to find the GT field. Click and hold it and drag it at the top of the rows area. This moves the grand total at the top of the pivot table. Finally, go to the Design tab. In the Layout section, click Grand Totals and select On for Rows Only. This hides the bottom total. And just like that, the pivot table shows the grand total at the very top, with the original grand total at the bottom hidden. Let's check out the next method. In the second method, we will make a pivot table that shows only the grand total and place it above the main report. Let's begin. First, select cell A16, press Ctrl plus C on your keyboard. This copies the grand total text. Head to cell A2 and press enter to paste it. This gives our grand total label at the top where we want it. Next, select the entire pivot table from cell A3 to B16 and press Ctrl plus C on your keyboard to copy it. A few columns to the right of the pivot table, select cell D3 and press Ctrl plus V on your keyboard to paste it. The new copied data is selected. Head to the pivot table fields panel. Under choose field to add to report, uncheck all the fields except price, as we only need the price field. Then copy the small pivot table from cell D3 to D4 by pressing Ctrl plus C, then paste it above the pivot table in cell B1 and press enter. Next, we will hide the sum of the price row. On the left, right-click on row number 1 and select Hide. This hides the first row and cleans up the view. Finally, let's format the totals in cell B2. Click the grand total cell in A1. In the Home tab inside Clipboard section, select Format Painter button. Then click the totals in cell B2 to copy the original style. Next, go to the Alignment section in Home tab, choose Align Right. This matches the original alignment. And there you have it. We now have grand total displayed at the very top of the worksheet created from a separate pivot table. Now let's explore the third method. In the third method, we will use Excel's data model to directly reference the grand total using cube value function. Cube value function returns an aggregated value from the data model. Let's give it a try. First, select any cell inside the table. Go to the Insert tab. In Tables section, click the Pivot Table icon. This opens up Pivot Table from Table or Range dialog box. Here we need to make sure the new worksheet is selected, and at the very bottom, Add this data to the data model is checked. This is crucial for using the cube value function later. Then press OK. This directs us to a new sheet. On the right side in the Pivot Table Fields panel, under Choose Fields to add to report, select the check boxes for the fields you need. In this case, I'll go for all of them. Now let's add the grand total at the top. Go to cell B2 and type this formula. As shown, Microsoft Excel Security Notice dialog box appears. This is Excel's standard security warning about the active content. Here we will select Paste without active content. This ensures our formula works and there are no security concerns. Now let's understand the formula. In the cube value function, the first argument is this workbook data model, which tells Excel to use the data model in the current workbook. The second argument is measures in third bracket dot sum of price in third bracket, which tells Excel to return the total sum of the price field from the data model. With that understood, press enter. This shows the grand total value at the top of the table. Here's a quick note. If you want to format the new grand total cell, simply follow the same steps as in the previous method. And there you have it. We now have a powerful data model powered grand total at the top of our sheet. Let's move to the final method. In the fourth method, we will use simple formulas to reference or calculate the grand total at the top using different functions. Here's how to do it. First, select cell A16. Press Ctrl+C on your keyboard to copy it, then go to cell A2 and press enter. This gives us the grand total label from the bottom to the top. Next, let's check out the formulas. In the first formula, we will use the getPivotData function to reference the total. GetPivotData function returns visible data from a pivot table. Click on cell B2 and type equals, then click on the actual grand total value. In this case, the grand total value is at the bottom of the pivot table in cell B16. Excel automatically builds a getPivotData formula for us. Let me explain. In the getPivotData function, the first argument is the field name, which tells Excel which value we want from the pivot table. The second argument is cell A3, which points to a cell inside the pivot table so Excel knows which table to use. Now that's explained, press enter. This brings the grand total at the top. Now to make it more dynamic for larger tables, let's use the XLOOKUP function. XLOOKUP function searches a range or array for a match and returns the corresponding item. Click on cell B2 again and clear the formula. Let's replace it with XLOOKUP formula. Let me break it down. In the XLOOKUP function, the first argument is the lookup value grand total. This tells Excel what we want to find. The second argument is the lookup array, column A. The third argument is the return array, which is column B. This is from where Excel will pull the matching value. The fourth argument is left empty, so if Excel can't find grand total, it will return an error. The fifth argument is the match mode set to 1, meaning Excel looks for an exact match. The sixth argument is the search mode set to -1, which makes Excel search from the bottom of the column to upward. With that clarified, press enter to get the total. This gives us the grand total value. Now finally, for a simpler approach, we can use the max function. Max function returns the largest value in a set of values. To use it, click on cell B2 once more, replace the old formula, and type equals max. Select the range from cell B3 to B16. This tells Excel to look at all the numbers in the range and return the highest value. Close the bracket and press enter. Here's a quick note. If you prefer, you can format the total cell using the same steps we did earlier. And there you have it. All three formulas successfully display the grand total at the top of our pivot table, and each formula offers different benefits. That's all for today. 4 different ways to display pivot table grand total at the top. Download the workbook link below. Visit excelinsider.com for more Excel and Google Sheet tutorials. Feel free to comment your questions and feedback. Thanks for watching.